Hello, my name is Mouton, and the following poems are from my collection, When My Guitar Is Lonely. Hope you enjoy them. When my guitar is lonely, she stands, a sentinel, shadow deep, in the corner of my living room. When my guitar is lonely, her strings do not vibrate in emotion. They are still, perhaps feigning sleep. She's mute and cannot cry. When my guitar is lonely, she longs for love. Her songs remain secrets, and she awaits my hand's caress. When my guitar is lonely, she beckons, her oval mouth ready to sing, and she calls, her music is in my heart. My love, touch me, I am lonely. Suffering. Most suffering occurs obscured by the speed of sound and light and life. It's all around us all the time. In variations of anguish and despair, it hides behind stoic smiles and heedless grins. It's inside the soul and contains the cosmos. It's tempered by drugs in varying dosages, and by 60-hour work weeks, and by 7,000-calorie meals. It perseveres, it mutates like a clever virus, infecting and slowly killing its hosts, and leading those infected to their lonely, obscure demise. We buried you near the garden. We buried you near the garden that you loved so, while the morning mist was still filled with those tiny rainbows that you always said would lead you to your pot of gold, and the sun still mostly peeking over the treetops through wind-rustled dogwood blossoms up on Fredonia Mountain, where you said we would live, and you did, such a full life, and that one day you would rest there too. You had a talent for being right, you know, and on that sweet spring morning we followed your last wish and laid you there close to the garden, along with some tears and some love and promises to meet you again someday in a garden far away. Grief is messy. Grief is messy. It thrives upon loss and drinks from the tears of experience. It gnaws at the center of the heart and leaves an empty but still beating organ. It puts bags under the eyes and bends the back and defeat the once strong and beautiful. It scars both inside and out and can even cut into the soul until, spilling blood, it drains the very essence of man. It does not care about good deeds done or legacies or the future or wealth or popularity. It cares not how much love the human vessel holds or might hold or might hope to hold. It spits upon beggars and the kings. It breaks the bones and the spirit of the young and old and will fell a man or woman at whim. It arrives unannounced and cares not when it leaves. It strikes randomly and cares not where it strikes. And no human bound unto earth escapes its venomous bite, nor can hide from its jagged, ugly teeth. Grief is messy and unclean and leaves a hint of how death must taste. Still, grief, this messy muddle of life interrupted, leaves, eventually, most, as if by blessing, just enough strength to go on. Where you slept as a child. Where you slept as a child came the thought born of the past. I wondered, I've known 100 beds in my life, at least. But you, mother, where did you rest those raven locks? And did your dreams allow escape from the darker acts of the sire of the house? Or did 1,000 nights shore up the darkness that runs deeper than those nights? Did you, as I, toss sleepless? Did your ears prick to the still air, knowing at any moment chaos might rule? that sleep was a fragile facade and dreams just excursions from nightmares? I wonder if where you slept as a child followed you, feather by feather, lighter than air, yet as dense and heavy as sin. For where you slept as a child followed your son and daughter into the dreamless years. Love waiting patiently to break your heart. Crouched, hiding in thicket, off perch beyond the bridge of the nose, or lurking just around the next corner, the ravenous beast, love, waits. For the moments of conception, for the births of tender flesh, for the first pangs of want, of need, of loneliness, or for the pandemonium of the maddening crowd, it waits. Unfettered by shame or fear or confusion or need or desire, imperceptible to those most involved with it, hindered not by weight, by mass, by physics or metaphysics, it waits. This most docile yet ferocious beast on the planet waits with constant, insatiable hunger. It waits as patient as a glacier sneaking up on a continent. It waits until, at the exact, most precise sliver of a moment, it is least expected to break your heart. She was a flower. She was a flower, she was. She, all bloom and blossom, and scent sweet to my senses, petals soft and satin to the touch, and oh, so fertile, and oh, so ripe one day. She, flowering perennially, filling my life with that exquisite beauty, bestowing all those millions of kisses, nectar sweet, lips full to bursting with what? Love? She was a flower. She was. These poems were from When My Guitar Is Lonely. And my name is Mouton. Thank you.